to the best of my memory, apart from the Mickey Mouse Donald Duck version, I think the 2009 A Christmas Carol was my first proper introduction to Dickens' story. Now, many years later, it's a novel that I've read a lot, and it's a story that I've seen adapted into lots of different kind of films, and I absolutely love it. But because this was the first version I really saw, I'm always going to kind of love this one, and it will always hold a very special place in my heart. I remember going into the cinema to see this, and I loved it then, and I love it now. At the time, I didn't appreciate how amazing the cast was, but it really is fantastic. So this was released in 2009, directed by Robert Zemeckis, and also written by, based of course on the story by Charles Dickens. And I feel like it's pointless explaining what the narrative is about, as I'm sure you're very familiar with it. But basically, Scrooge is anti-Christmas, anti-festivities, anti-nice, and he's visited by 3 ghosts. The ghost of Christmas present, Christmas past, and Christmas is yet to come. And they take him to his various Christmases and teaches him a lesson or two. And I love it. I absolutely adore the story. It's something we see parodied time and time and time again, particularly with Christmas films. But nothing beats the original narrative. Jim Carrey is Scrooge, as well as, well, let's have a look. He also plays Ghost of Christmas Past. Scrooge is a young boy, Scrooge is a teenage boy, Scrooge is a young man, Scrooge is a middle-aged man, Ghost of Christmas Present, and Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. That's a lot. There's a lot going on there. Gary Oldman is in it. He is Bob Cratchit, as well as Marley and Tiny Tim. Colin Firth is in it. It's just incredible. Now, this has a rating of 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb, which I think is pretty good. I personally would have given it higher, but I'm very, very fond of this film. What I love about this particularly is that it's quite magical. It's an absolute delight to watch. It's not just all dark and grey and grainy like a lot of these are, because the story's quite gritty. But this one, I think, is completely family friendly. It is rated PG. It's got a little something in it for everybody. There are many adaptations that I just don't think appeal to children as much. But this one, absolutely. I mean, how old was I? In 2009. It seems like forever ago. Wow. I was 17, and I remember being younger. I mustn't have been younger. But this can't have been my first introduction to this story then. Certainly, it's the most prominent one, and that is saying something. This is the one that I remember most. And I absolutely love it. I know a lot of people favour The Muppets Christmas Carol. I don't actually like The Muppets. I know. But personally, if I were to recommend any film version of A Christmas Carol, without a doubt, this one will always come first. The one with Donald Duck will be second. Also, this was the first Disney animated movie to release in IMAX 3D, according to IMDb, so that's pretty special as well. For me, this is a brilliant adaptation of a wonderful story. You don't need to have read the book to watch this. If you've watched this, you will still love the book. If you haven't read the book, thoroughly recommend it. The 2009 A Christmas Carol, for me, is perfect.